So last time you saw me, I was having a problem finding some heads. All my 360 heads were cracked, and I ended up going to BB Cylinder Head in BB, Arkansas, and a guy there named Chuck, who I highly recommend you should meet. He gave me 2 pair of 318 heads. So I've got those here, and I'm going to port them today. My very first step normally is to pull my headers out, pull my exhaust gaskets out, and just check them on the header, and I'll throw a picture up in just a second. But after I do that, I go ahead and check it on the head. I know 318s have smaller ports, but I'm not necessarily trying to gasket match it. I just wanted to see where the gasket would fall on the head, because I know I'm going to open the ports up. So I'll turn around and show you here. Here's those center 2 ports, and I've got them exactly centered. You can't really tell on here, but I've drawn a line, and I brought my line, that's just the width of a Sharpie marker all the way around. So whenever I cut this, they give you these gigantic ports from these gaskets. This is a 318 head. I'll put the part number up. I believe it's a 70 or 68 to 72, something like that. You can kind of see my line I drew inside of here. I don't need to try to open this all the way. That's too much. I don't like these Summit gaskets. I bought Summit brand headers. I'll give you a link in the description or post a picture up or something, for that super thin spot right there. And it's already got a little crack in it. I've never tried to install these, but also I feel like there's almost nothing right here between the gasket and that part of the head. You can kind of see it. So where that curves in, these are older heads. They don't have the smog ports on them. That would blow out, but I'm not going to run them simply because of this right here. So if that's perfectly squared up on there, you can see daylight through that hole. I mean, even if this is that hole centered, I can run my pick straight through there. Like it's not good. So I was thinking, man, maybe these are just junk heads or something. I don't need to use them, but I ended up finding an old. This is a Felpro 1413. The Felpro 1413 gasket. It actually covers up on both sides the mark from my marker that I even made with those jumbo gaskets. It does kind of hang over here into the port, just barely. So if I was to use this gasket, I would trim that just a little bit, try to get a little more out of it. But I mean, these fit up well on my truck. I think they came with Flowtech headers, but it's a lot better, the surface area for that gasket to mate up. I don't feel like that would leak. Back here is where the big problem was, and you can still kind of see there's at least, let's see if I can get my pick in there, at least an 1/18 of an inch. I'm sorry, an 1/8 of an inch right here. So it should have enough clamping force. I wouldn't be scared of that. But I think I'll go ahead and pull this off, take some brake clean and wipe my lines off, start over fresh, and then I can start my porting. I like to typically, if I'm doing the exhaust side first like this, and I'm opening these, I like to open these enough so that I can get my bits further down into here. And I know it's kind of dark right now. I want to show you my idea. Give me 1 second. to better be able to see in here, I know it's pretty dark. I've got my board, just a plain 2x4 about the length of the head itself, and this is just a LED cheap counter light you can get at Home Depot. I've been meaning to mount it in my shop under a cabinet so I could have some light, but luckily I didn't. I'm going to just slide it through here and plug that in. There we are. So now you can kind of see how the inside of that port glows. I'll try to tilt it some so it's not so bright in the camera, but port still got the carbon in it. That's fine. I'm knocking all that out of there today. I'll flip these over and get the bowl area, but I'm really proud of this light. It seems to light up everything really well, and just having that gap under there, most of my shavings will fall out. I also have just a magnet with a plastic bag wrapped around it. I'll run it through, say, here, so anything that falls out, a lot of that'll stick to my magnet, and then I can just pull it out, pull the bag off, and the shavings will fall off. Kind of. Now, you may not be able to see, but you sort of can here. I try to leave just the faintest line as it touched the red. This is the floor of the port. All I did was clean up the casting marks. Went down about probably 2 inches in, and I was using a straight bit on my grinder. These are snap-on solid carbide burr set bits, so highly recommend. They're better than the Chinese stuff, and these are probably older than I am. So next I'll take my round bit, and I'll be able to cut the roof here as much as I can safely. I'm not just trying to hog it great big. But I'm going to blend that out and then pull anything I can into my straights here. So the port will be flowing out since this is exhaust. So here's that same head. I just flipped it upside down. Now I can see the roof of it. See the large hump here. And I can get my burr bit in here better and open it all the way up. Just stuck my tape to my light on the back side, and I'll work that out, get deep as I can into here, and anything I can't get here, I'll come from the other side and get. So this is not actually a tutorial on how to port heads. It's just how I'm doing it. You can do it how you want to. I promise these will flow better than when they started. These are the 178, 150 valves, And when I'm done with all my port work, I'll take these back to Chuck at BB Cylinder Head. He's going to cut my larger 360 valves for my cracked heads, and these will be 188 160s. Then if I need to, I can smooth into that anywhere I need, so I'll get the best flow I can, I think. There we are back. Got that hump pretty well knocked out. I'll try to move my light some so you can see it better, but that's about as far as I want to go. Got it opened up pretty good. I got to go back just a little bit into the seat area. You can kind of see my finger here. If you look from this side, haven't done anything in the bowl yet. If it's shine through. Just compare that to the untouched port over here. I think I've helped it out quite a bit. Got all the old casting flash out of there, plus one more time, and I'll go ahead and knock out these other three.